good morning to you. And Elizabeth Bruner is with us here this morning. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm wonderful. You?
I'm doing great.
I got to tell you, enjoyed so much the family performance at the Concert of Praise last
Yes.
month. It's beautiful.
Thank
Beautifully
you.
done. And you're quite the performer, all of you.
Thank you.
All right, so we're talking today about something entirely different.
Yes.
This is called, the Wildlife Leadership Academy?
Yes, that's what it's called.
That you participated in.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about it.
All right, so over the summer, I actually got to go to 2 field schools. So Wildlife Leadership Academy, or WLA, which I like to call it because it's shorter.
Sounds cooler, too.
It does, yeah, WLA. They host different field schools throughout the summer about different animals. So there's one about the white-tailed deer, the ruffed grouse, turkey, bass, brook trout, and sometimes they have a black bear one. Mm-hmm. And what it is a 5-day camp that kids can go to. You have to be 14 to 17 years old. And you can't just say, oh, I want to go to this camp because it sounds fun. You actually have to be nominated to go to it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. And they only take 20 kids per camp across the state. So
what are those qualifications that get you nominated?
Well, again, like the age, you have to be 14 to 17. You have to, you just have to have a passion for the outdoors and like wildlife or fisheries or possibly pursuing a career in that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of kids I met did Envirothon in their schools, and that's how they got nominated to go.
Now, you're homeschooled, correct?
Yes.
All right. So that Envirothon probably is one of those things that you're not actively able to do, or are you?
I haven't done it, but we're actually trying to get a homeschool team to be able to do Envirothon.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely. So what does attract you to studying wildlife and being a part of a program such as this?
So through 4-H, I'm actually in an outdoors club, and it's only been going on for a couple years now, but I've always loved the outdoors and, just going out. And whenever I learned about WLA through 4-H, I thought this was definitely something for me because I do like the outdoors, and I possibly want to pursue a career in a wildlife biologist or something like that.
Okay. So. Well, there you go. There's a little bit of that in Pennsylvania's woods, aren't there?
Yes.
Is there a particular... Okay, well, let's just talk about the academy itself and what you did while you were there.
All right. So it was 5 days. We came in on Tuesday and left on a Saturday. Mm-hmm. And we were basically learning from sunup to sundown. We, got up before the sunrise, and we did a little bit of nature journaling in the morning, which they taught about us. And you just can go out and sit and write about what you see or what do you think the wildlife and the outdoors means to you. Mm-hmm. We did a lot of lectures. Like, they had a lot of lectures from people. I don't know if anyone knows Gary Alt, but he is a famous bear biologist and nature photographist. Mm-hmm. And he came in and talked to us, which was really cool to meet him. So I actually went to the bucktails camp, which is white-tailed deer, and the drummers, which is the ruffed grouse. And they actually had a necropsy of each of those animals, which that was my favorite part of the whole camp.
Really?
Yeah, I love that. Just dissecting and seeing how all the systems work together. And
Now, where did it all take place?
These camps are based in a state college area. Mm-hmm. So they're actually moving everything. There's a Camp Chrisland is what it's gonna be called, and that's where they're gonna have all the camps.
And that's in that same general area?
Yeah, in state college area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like you had a great time at it.
I did. It was a really nice experience, and I would encourage anyone that's interested in outdoors to definitely get a hold of someone who can nominate you to go.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes.
That's a good idea. And I imagine guidance counselors at schools know all of that information. How did you come across this information?
So actually, someone from my 4-H club had already attended one of the field schools, and he came through outreach. He came to our club and talked about his experience and what it was. And after learning about that, I was really excited, and I thought, I want to go to this. And my 4-H leader nominated me to go. So
we're talking with Elizabeth Bruner, who went to Wildlife Leadership Academy this past summer. So tell me some of the neat things that you learned. What were some of the surprising things you learned about wildlife that you had no idea actually happens?
Just how everything works together. Like, I didn't get a grasp on, everything, has a part in the wildlife community, and they were telling us how, hunters are, what I didn't know is hunters have such a big role in conservation, because they were saying how they give them information on, the deer population and stuff like that they need to track that. And I just thought that was super interesting that they actually have a big role. I just thought, it's just a hunter that go out and, kills the animals. But no, they actually have a big role in conservation.
Yeah, that is a really big thing. And I think you're in the same boat as a lot of people, or you were, that not many people know how very much involved the hunting community is in wildlife management and just getting to know the animals. It's very, very important. Was there a particular animal that you were fascinated by more than others?
I like the ruffed grouse was really interesting because, I went to the white-tailed deer one first, and it's deer, so I kind of knew about them. But the ruffed grouse, I really didn't know anything except it was the state game bird. And so that was really interesting. I got to learn about that and how it's kind of like a chicken with the systems of it, which is kind of cool. So I really like the ruffed grouse one.
Yeah, and it's very, very rare and endangered now.
Yes.
Isn't it?
It's being affected by West Nile virus right now.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? The things we hear about that are affecting humans also affect the animal population.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, those are some really interesting things. So tell me, you said that this is something that you might want to pursue as a career?
Yeah, after going to it and seeing how much I actually enjoy it, it's definitely a possible career. The Wildlife Leadership Academy actually had college tours, and I attended 2 of them. And I like the Penn State Du Bois, what they have. Their system is
I have
pretty
heard
good.
that they had a program for game management and wildlife management.
Yeah, they have a nice wildlife and fisheries program there.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, that's neat. That's neat. Elizabeth Bruner is with us today. The Wildlife Leadership Academy is the topic of conversation today. And as we think about, did you get actual hands-on with any of the animals?
We didn't. The only thing we got to do hands-on was the necropsies. But yeah, other than that, we actually didn't see any deer while we were there, which is kind of weird because, we were in the woods, where we were staying. Yeah. But we didn't see any deer, which is weird. But
that's very, very strange. Probably the wrong time of the year.
Probably.
If you'd have done it in October, you'd have been run over by all of the deer. But it's really interesting. And to think about, how many kids were involved in it when you were there?
There's 20 kids per field school, so 20 students.
And to think about all of you getting up and trooping off into the woods every morning.
Yes.
Were there a bunch of grumpy ones? Be honest.
Not really. At the end of field school, we were all kind of okay, we're ready to go home and everything. But yeah.
And it was going well.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Terrific. Well, you brought all that information home with you, added to the educational portfolio for yourself.
Oh, yes.
And so how is the academic year going for you as a homeschooled student?
It's going good. Yeah? Yeah. I'm in high school now, so that's, it's, different, but I like it.
I'm glad you do. And I thank you for coming in to share your story with us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
What's next? Do you have does it come up again next year and you're going to be a part of it again?
I would like to. Actually, after every field school, each student is required to do some outreach. And depending on how much outreach you do, you get points. Okay. And then there's 4 people, and the top 4 with the most points get to go back the next year to the same field school and help out the kids that are coming up through the program.
Oh, that's very good. Very good.
Yes.
So does this qualify here as outreach?
Oh, yes. Definitely qualifies, and I get points for it.
Big points?
Oh, yeah. I think 50 points.
There you go. So. There you go. Shoot the 3.
Oh, yeah.
Elizabeth, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
We appreciate very much your coming in and sharing that story with us. That's cool. 7:55. You brought your brother and your sister with you, too.
I did.
Huh? And your mom.
Uh-huh.
And your mom. Well, thank you all for coming in to visit with us here today. We appreciate it very much. It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank, the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM.